you want to keep toxic positivity out of your workplace? Well, this is something that I really wanted to do, and that's why I embarked on this journey, because as promoters of well-being and happiness, we already know the power of positivity, optimism, and a healthy mindset. These are great skills we need in order for us to grow a happy community. But we have to be careful, because too much positivity or the wrong understanding of what positivity means can sometimes become toxic. Hi everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. We make relationships better. I became mindful of this, and that's why I make this video, so that I hope and pray that through this video, you're able to learn something about it, and we can take steps so that we understand what healthy positivity really means. So first, let us understand what is toxic positivity, what distinguishes good positivity from bad positivity, and how do we make the most of positivity without it being toxic. You may have heard that optimism and positivity are good for our happiness and our well-being. On the flip side, maybe you felt annoyed, angry, or uncomfortable with the way positivity was probably forced upon you. Well, I did, and that's why I make the videos that I do, because it's very important to talk about it. We also to know what is healthy positivity. Indeed, positivity can be both a good thing and not such a bright and sunny thing, depending on the context. So I want you to first understand that let's decode positivity in a way so that it does not become toxic, and how to make sure that you're using positivity in ways that is boosting yours and the people that you work with, their well-being. So what is toxic positivity? Positivity involves things like gratitude, optimism, positive reappraisal. All these things are good, like I said, until they're not. If they are being forced down our throats, or if we are using these strategies to avoid or suppress our uncomfortable or unpleasant, or let's call them negative emotions, then they can become toxic. Toxic positivity is defined as the act of rejecting or denying stress, negativity, or any other negative experience that exists. And it's a part of the human experience to experience the entire rainbow of emotions. So toxic positivity versus regular positivity. It can sometimes be difficult to distinguish between the two. For example, if we approach a friend in need of their support because we're going through a hard time, and they tell us, "Hey, Jyotika, look at the bright side," we might feel that their response is a bit diminishing or denying, or maybe they're encouraging us to suppress or reject our negative feelings. Feelings like we can't be ourselves can be bad for our well-being, and this really leads to us being stuffers. And then we stuff our feelings, and then what happens? We just explode one day. And often negative emotions are tools we use to get important needs met, so that we just don't want to be shoving them away without acknowledging and accepting of our entire rainbow of emotions. So seemingly helpful advice from friends can often feel more like toxic positivity to the person who's receiving it. Well, I did, and that's why I make these videos, so that we know what not to do. On the other hand, say a friend tells us, "Hey Jyotika, it's okay not to be okay. I'm here for you and I'm grateful to be a part of your life. Is there anything I can do for you to feel better?" In this example, the person is really expressing their support, acceptance of our negative emotions, as well as compassion and gratitude, which is also a type of positivity. This approach is not toxic because it doesn't deny our emotions. Rather, it uses the principles of positive psychology in correct ways. So let me just give you a few toxic positivity examples. What makes positivity toxic is not the type of positivity. All types of positivity can be both helpful and unhelpful, like I said, depending on the context. And few examples I have listed for you that people might express to us unknowingly. And you might be too. So let's be aware. Number one, gratitude. And I would say things like, I'm having a bad day. Toxic response would be, but you have so much to be grateful for. Love. Let's say I don't know if I can have a relationship with my sister. She doesn't treat me with decency and respect. A friend could turn around and give you a toxic response by saying, but she's your family. You should love her no matter what. Third, positive reappraisal. I would say things like, this job sucks. Toxic response, you're lucky you even have a job. Now, the general theme of toxic positivity is that someone is using positivity to cover up our true or negative experiences. It's not that these toxic responses are bad advice. Don't get me wrong, exactly. It's just that they're delivered in a wrong way at the wrong time. And a better approach, a healthy approach, is to acknowledge and express empathy towards the person and only offer advice for creating a more positive mindset if we are asked for advice. The thing is, we are not asked, but we just tend to freely give advice and we want to quick fix, we want to dismiss, and we want to deny what the person is really feeling. So from a workplace standpoint, what is toxic positivity culture, which I can really sense and see? In recent years, many organizations have been prioritizing their employees' happiness in an effort to boost creativity, productivity, and increase employee retention. Although the intentions may be good in these workplace cultures, you often hear things like, don't worry, be happy, or positive vibes only. I'm guilty of these statements too. These statements may create a culture of toxic positivity sometimes. Currently, it's unclear whether the workplace well-being movement is really working or not. That's because people have important concerns and negative emotions related to work. Maybe they don't get paid enough to support themselves. Maybe they work so many hours that they have no social life or they feel burnt out. There are no healthy tech boundaries, and I'm sensing this after Corona times. Maybe they work so many hours that it's impacting their mental health. Maybe their managers don't treat them well. That's why in the context of workplace, positivity may have the potential to become toxic more easily. Employees are being asked to be happy and work on themselves without being able to address the cause of their unhappiness, which sometimes may be work. And that's never going to be a good thing for their happiness and well-being. So the question really is, when does positivity become toxic? Some research has started to look at situations in positivity which might really look toxic. It seems that there are several circumstances which are ineffective or unhelpful or even maybe harmful. Positivity can be toxic in controlled situations. One study shows that looking for silver lining is only beneficial in uncontrollable contexts. For example, if we lose our job, we might benefit from thinking about our future opportunities. But if we try to use positive reappraisal in controllable situations, we might actually feel worse off. For example, if our boss is verbally abusive, we'd be better off transferring it to another department than using positive reappraisal to find the silver lining. So this is extremely important. Positivity can be toxic. It can be toxic when our identity is threatened. Some research suggests that it is inappropriate to use positivity or positive reappraisal when our identities are being threatened. For example, when people experience racial oppression, looking for silver lining appears to actually be worse for our well-being. Positivity can be toxic when we're not good at it. If people are encouraging to use emotion regulation skill that we're not good at, it could actually leave us feeling worse. And for many people, positivity is a difficult skill to develop and implement. Believe me, I know it's hard. It's taken me years and years and years of practice to build a positive mindset, and I'm still working to learn. It requires cognitive resources and may rely on even past practice, which we don't all have. So if you're not good at being positive or optimistic or reflecting on your situations to find the silver lining, it actually could be bad for you. So it's very important that positivity can be toxic when we just become too obsessed with it, and to understand that being obsessed with happiness and focusing excessively on getting happy all the time has actually shown to be bad for our well-being. It's thought that it may actually create a discrepancy between how we feel now and how we want to really feel. Indeed, having ultra high expectations that we can't reach tends to impact our mental health negatively. So now how to deal, the question really is how to deal with toxic positivity in the workplace. How do you make sure that you're making use of the benefits that positivity actually brings to your life at work and at home? How do you make sure that positivity doesn't become toxic for you? Here are a few suggestions, and I hope they're helpful. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a technique that involves paying attention on purpose, paying attention in the present moment, being non-judgmental so that you can experience the moment to moment and accept that this is a part of the human experience. Practicing mindfulness is a good way to stop avoiding or suppressing our negative emotions. The goal with mindfulness is to be aware of what is happening and what you are experiencing in this moment, and then choosing to accept the emotions as they are without fighting them, blocking them, hiding them, pretending that they don't exist, suppressing or rejecting them, which is very, very unhelpful. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to accept situations as they are. For example, mindfulness is not about accepting another person treating you badly. So you have to know the difference. In this case, it would be about accepting your emotions of having been treated badly, then acknowledging that those emotions are normal and not judging yourself for having these emotions. And then learning to cultivate more awareness and acceptance of these negative emotions rather than cramming them down or shoving them away with positivity and making it toxic. It's important to acknowledge, to accept, to allow yourself to feel the negative emotion, and then the most important step, to take corrective action so that you can deal with the emotions in a healthy way. Next is to cultivate self-compassion. Your compassion is incomplete till the time it does not include you, because your compassion starts with you. Part of what can be dangerous about positivity is the expectation that it creates, and I have suffered this. For example, you might have unrealistic expectations that you should be positive all the time. I mean, I face this a lot because I'm a positivist. People tell me, oh my God, how come you're positive all the time? Believe me, it's too much pressure that I put on myself for years. But then I realized it's okay for me not to be okay. There are days that I don't feel so positive, and I allow myself, I give myself the permission to not feel so bright and sunny. And I let people around me know that I'm not feeling so bright and sunny today. I need rest. I need to unplug. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to say that you're tired. It's okay for you to unplug and spend time alone. Being thankful for everything or always being in a good mood is a fallacy. It's a huge amount of pressure that we put on ourselves, and I did, and I failed miserably at it, and it even hurt my self-esteem. But today, because I do the work that I do at Happiness is Love, I know that my self-compassion is a good antidote to toxic positivity. Don't forget to be kind to your mind. Don't forget to be nice to yourself and be compassionate first, so that you, even if you're having negative feelings or negative emotions and you're going through a tough time, you let yourself know that it's okay and it's normal. You can't be positive all the time. It's completely healthy to have negative emotions. And there is no need to be so hard on yourself for feeling bad sometimes. Lastly, don't discount negative emotions. Well, I did, and I'm telling you, it was so harmful for my mental health. And that's why I made this video, because it turns out that even though negative emotions feel bad, they do us a lot good. There is positivity, even in anxiety, that can help us be more prepared, and anger that helps us rectify injustice. It's just that it doesn't have to become excessive. In moderate level and in certain doses, anxiety is good for us. It propels us. It motivates us to do great things. It helps us to forgive ourselves, and sadness even motivates us to connect more with ourselves. When we shove these negative emotions down, we fail to get the benefits they provide at times when we are in most need of those benefits. No wonder excessive positivity, anything in excess is poison, anything in excess is dangerous, and that's why excessive positivity can also be toxic. One of my favorite quotes that I'd like to share with you: feeling and experiencing the realness of what is actually happening is the essence of being alive. I rather be whole than good. I hope this video was useful to you. Please share it with anyone you think will find it useful. Please keep sending all your love and encouragement to us. It's really what keeps us going. Thank you for all the love and support and encouragement. Keep smiling, keep shining. Inspiring.